Okay, for our afternoon session here in the Media Center, we have Kyle Larson that is with us, and Kyle certainly is off to a big start here in 2014, and both the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, where he's running for a championship, and certainly in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, where he has a victory already this year. And he'll be doing a little double duty again here this weekend. He'll race here tonight in the number 42 Cartwheel Chevrolet in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, and then tomorrow night he'll be behind the wheel of the number 42 Target Chevrolet for Ganassi Racing with Felix Sabates. Kyle, couple things I might ask you about. First, I know you got a new sponsor, I believe, on one of the quarter panels. You might want to talk about that, and then just talk about the challenges that Darlington brings, particularly for a young driver like yourself. But maybe talk about that sponsor a little bit first there.
Yeah, it's nice to have one of Target's partners on the quarter panel this week. It's P3 by Kraft. It's just a little snack with meat, cheese, and nuts. So nice to get a little snack in during this long day today that we're having. So. And then, as far as Darlington goes, it's definitely the toughest track we go to, I think. It's both ends are so different. 1 and 2 is a lot faster corner, and then the exit slows up a lot. And, I drilled the wall off too earlier today, as well as a couple people did. But we had to get a backup car out, and proud of my Target guys for working really quick to get us back out there in first practice and preparing a really good backup car. It was fired off and just a little bit slower than our primary, but they worked on it some and felt like we were really good. In second practice, made a couple long runs, and then our mock runs were decent. I need to get better, just get around the track faster. I feel like the car handles okay. Just got to figure out some things. It's a little bumpy off 2, so that's what's tricky, and then loose off 4. So like I said, it's just both ends are way different. So just got to figure it out.
All right, we'll take some questions now for Kyle. We'll start here with Thomas, and then we'll go to Ed, and then we'll go to Kelly.
Kyle, Thomas Pope from the Fayetteville Observer. How much of this track is about just feel that the driver gets when he's in the car, and is this track probably as close to where you really operate on the edge compared to any other places you've been?
It's definitely on edge. I'd say more than the rest of the tracks you run on, just because you run lap 1 on the wall, and at some point you're going to get into it, and each lap, at least in the Cup car, I feel like I'm going to hit it. But it's just like I said, 1 and 2 is just really, really fast, and then 3 and 4 is a little bit more of a normal corner, but you feel like you're going to get into the wall in the center corner, and just a tricky track, and each lap you run, your tires get a little bit worse, the car handles differently, and it gets a little frustrating, but it was good in final practice to figure out some things that helped my car turn better off of 2, because that's where I've been struggling mostly.
We'll go here to Ed and then back to Kelly.
Ed Hinton, ESPN.com. Kyle, just as we get started talking and writing about the Kyle and Kyle show, especially in Nationwide, here comes Chase Elliott. And I wonder if you could talk about, the notion of having somebody who's even younger than you, and you're no longer the kid, and talked about as the youngest one, and also just seeing Chase as you have in races. Do you foresee a Kyle and Chase rivalry that could last many, many years into the future here?
Kyle Larson and Chase, or Kyle Busch and Chase?
Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It seems like, I don't know. I wouldn't even call me and Kyle a rivalry. We're just racing each other each week and want to beat each other. It's not like a bad rivalry or anything like that. But, yeah, Chase does an amazing job in a race car, and he's been quick every race so far this season. And he seems like he gets better and better, each week. And he's going to win a couple more times this year. And hopefully with us both being young, we're going to be racing and battling each other for the rest of our careers, and could hopefully be just doing it up front in the Cup Series. He's with a great organization over there with Hendrick Motorsports and Junior Motorsports, so I've got good stuff over at Chip Ganassi Racing too. So hopefully we'll be duking it out for a long time.
And one quick thing about you and Darlington per se. Obviously, you like the high side. Everybody's noticed that. It seems to be kind of an instinct from your sprint car days with the cushion and that sort of thing, just an instinct to go to the high side. And you were talking about how here the high side's on the edge. Does Darlington specifically give you any pause to think about what kind of has become your normal style of running up high? Does it, maybe you're going to do it, but do you think more about it here than you would other places?
Yeah, I definitely think more about it here, just because you're carrying so much speed up to the wall. Most of the other tracks, the entry is pretty wide, and you can, ease your way up to the wall. Where here, you're hauling butt up to the wall, and then, the wall here is not very smooth either. It can, it comes out and does all sorts of different things, and it'll reach up and grab you quick. So, and you really can tear up your car if you get into it. Where other tracks, I feel like you can nudge it and it's okay. Where at least maybe in the Nationwide car you can do that here, but in the Cup car I feel like it's going to tear up your right front if you do that. So it's a long race, and my goal is definitely try to stay out of the wall as long as possible. I know I'll probably get into it at some point, but hopefully it's in the later part of the race.
Let's go to Kelly, and we'll go to Claire, and then we'll go to Hunter.
Kelly Crandall from Popular Speed over here, Kyle. After 7 races, if you could just assess your season with the team, your confidence, what the team's doing good, bad, and things like that.
Yeah, we've been good every week. Every week I feel like we've had great speed. Our car's been in the top 10. I feel like most races, Martinsville was probably our worst one, and that's a lot of it to do with me. So I think they've done a great job. The first couple races we made some mistakes, but now it seems like we've kind of got some momentum and figuring things out, and the races have been going smoother for us, and we've been getting solid finishes. So just got to keep that little streak going and just be consistent, because so far there's been a lot of winners. So you got to put yourself in position for later in the season. If the 16 fill up and you don't have a win, but I feel like we should get a win here shortly.
And then real quick, just coming into the season, the talk was mostly about you and Austin Dillon. And then after Daytona, you've kind of grabbed more of the headlines with your performance, Nationwide Cup, and coming close to winning. And on the Cup side, you mentioned a couple weeks ago that you would really like to beat him for this Rookie of the Year because he's gotten a lot in Nationwide Truck in the championship. So the last couple weeks, do you kind of look at that and is that more of a confidence builder for you, or how do you look at that?
Oh, my goal was always to win the Rookie of the Year, so it hasn't changed yet. I mean, we've put ourselves in position to win that so far. I pay attention to the rookie points, and right now we're leading it. So I definitely pay attention to where Austin's at, as well as Justin Allgaier and the other rookies, just because I want to win that bad. So just work hard to do that. Austin's really good at finishing races and being consistent and getting his car better throughout each run. So it makes me work hard to do that also.
Over here to Claire, and then we'll go to Hunter, and then to right here.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. While the Nationwide race helps you get in your rhythm, is there, and there's been stories kind of circulating around the garage where somebody does really well and they get confident and then they go to the next race and bam, they hit the wall because you think you kind of know it after maybe the Nationwide race and then go into the Cup race. Is that between practices and racing something you have to watch for here?
I definitely think the Nationwide race will help me more tonight than it has at the other races, just because this track is so difficult, and you drive the track pretty similar in both Nationwide and Cup. So I think the however many laps the race is tonight should help me and help me figure out some different lines and stuff, because the track's gonna have a lot of rubber on it by the time we get out the Nationwide race, and it's gonna get trickier and trickier. So I think it's gonna help me a lot tonight.
Let's go to Hunter and then to Derek on the front row. Go ahead, Hunter.
Hey, Kyle. Hunter Thomas from thefourthturn.com. Talk about the success this year. I mean, your team's really been doing well. You and Jamie McMurray have been running up front, getting top 5, top 10 finishes. What's the difference this year? Is it just, I mean, I guess for you, just coming back to the tracks again, or is something changed at the team that has just made y'all much stronger?
I just think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think everybody at Target Chip Ganassi Racing has built great cars for myself and Jamie. Jamie has a new crew chief. I'm new there in the 42 car, and I just think the chemistry over there is really good right now. And me and Jamie, work really well together. We can talk to each other very easily. We've been talking a lot this week just because it's a difficult track, and the crew chiefs and engineers work really hard to make our cars better. And just think everybody's just getting along really well and gelling, and that pays off.
Let's go up here, front row, Derek.
Hey, Kyle. Derek Phillips, Watchbox, Columbia, South Carolina. You're already in your backup car. I'm curious as far as testing here and, running through practice, how tough is this track compared to other tracks on the circuit for you?
Yeah, it's the toughest track we go to, I think. There's other really tough tracks, but this one's tough in its own way. So the wall reaches out and grabs you really quick here. So we got into the wall pretty hard off 2 and decided to get the backup out. They said they probably could have fixed that one, but it wouldn't have been right for second practice and stuff. So we decided to get the backup out. They said it was just as good as our primary. So I had same amount of confidence after I wrecked in first practice to when I got in the backup car. So just hats off to my guys for working quick to get me back out there to get me as much laps as I could.
Other questions for Kyle? Before we go, I just want to mention as well, Kyle reminds me that Kyle is a graduate or alumni, I guess, of our NASCAR Next program. And we're going to introduce the new 2014 class of NASCAR Next. Will be introduced at our next Sprint Cup Series event in a couple weeks at Richmond. So you'll see some new faces in that group. Certainly Kyle is an alum of that group and moving up the ladder quickly. So I want to make sure everybody knows about that as well. Kyle, good luck tonight and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.